Today's the day, guys. The Lamborghini is going onto the frame machine. As you guys know, we've had the Lambo here for quite some time now, and we are finally ready to put it up onto the rack and get the front end pulled out. So let's unwrap this thing and take a look at it. Mr. Paul, could you do the honors of unveiling the Lamborghini?
They've seen it before.
No, they haven't.
The orange turd.
They've only seen little glimpses of it. Dang, look at this thing. So yeah, now that's a fancy car. It's my dream car, boys.
The only thing fancier than the car is the car cover.
Hey, that's a high dollar cover, buddy. Man, look at this car. Guys, this thing looks absolutely sick. Got the carbon fiber hood, carbon fiber roof. I don't know how I feel about a glue-on carbon fiber roof, but I'll tell you what, it looks good. It needs to be cleaned up a little bit, but this thing is nice, man. Dang. Got the carbon fiber wing. It's got carbon fiber everywhere. I bet you it's even got carbon fiber on the interior. Look, it's got carbon fiber right here. But this looks like a wrap. I don't know if I would have done that to my Lamborghini. That's a little goofy right there. But it's not my car. I can't hate. You know, I'm not in the right tax bracket to be hating on this car. I'm going to get Paul to crank this thing up and get it up onto the frame machine because I ain't got no business driving this car at all. I was going to load it with my custom forklift painted to match the Lamborghini, but Paul said that's probably not a good idea. Super slowly. All right, come on, slowly. Very nice, very nice. Where's he at? Get him. Now that we have the Lambo up on the frame machine, it is time to do the hardest part of this entire operation. And believe it or not, the framework is not the hardest part. The hardest part is going to be clamping this thing down to the frame machine. This is not a supercar exotic frame machine, so it's going to be quite a challenge to get this thing tightened down and not moving without damaging anything. That is the most important thing in this operation, is to not damage the car, not even a little bit. We can't even put a scratch on this car. So we have to be super careful, and we have to be very mindful of everything that's going on while we are doing this, because if I damage this thing, my grandchildren will probably end up still paying for it. So I need to be very careful. After spending about an hour trying to figure out a way to clamp this car down to the frame, I realized and came to the conclusion that I have to spend like $100,000 on a new frame machine to be able to mount this car correctly. But since we are doing only one pull in one direction, and it's literally like 1/8 of an inch, I realized that I don't necessarily have to strap the car down. I just have to keep it from moving. So I came up with a plan that I think is going to work beautifully. I am going to use some of this tubing right here that I stole from Dad, and I'm going to set it to the points where the professionals attach their clamps. And basically what they have is a bunch of different attachment clamps that attach to all the suspension points on the car, and it keeps the car from moving and it keeps you from bending stuff. And so since we just need to pull this little corner right here, and it's literally just this top little frame, I think if I block it up with this pipe here, and then I block it up back here with these pipes, just like this, to that control arm, bam, car's not going anywhere. And I'll be able to do my pull in the front, and then I'll just cut the pipes off and we will be good. To weld the pipes up, I am going to be using my brand new Art Captain MiG 200. And guys, I really love this welder. I just recently got it and I've been using it. And for the price point that this thing is set at, and for the quality of welds that it does, I am very happy with this unit. So go check them out, artcaptain.com. That's definitely not going anywhere. Look at those welds, guys, and that's on dirty steel. I didn't clean any of this. I have to say, I am very impressed with this little welder right here. But anyways, we've got two in the back here. We are sturdy. We've got them both set to the suspension mounting points on the subframe, so we know it's on a good sturdy part of the car. It's one of the most strongest parts of the car. It's the part where the wheel is connected to the car, so we know it's a safe point to push off of. And basically these two pipes are going to keep the rear end from moving this way as we are pulling the front that way, because that's normally what happens. If you are pulling into that direction, the rear end will kick out that way. So if we stabilize it right there, and we've got that part stabilized right there, we can now pull that upper cage and the car will not move at all. Before we continue with the video, I want to show you guys a tool that I have available on my Amazon store for purchase. It's the Foxwell NT809BT, and let me show you guys what it's about. Let's open it up and check it out. Instructions, we don't need those. The 2024 Foxwell NT809BT is a professional grade bidirectional scanner. It does all system scans for all cars that you could possibly imagine, and it has 30 plus service resets and service procedures, which is super cool. Like if you have a TPMS light, or if you need to do a DPF regeneration, or if you just simply need to check your check engine light. We've all been there, that dreaded moment when the engine light comes on, or worse yet, an ABS light, or even an airbag light, and we don't know what to do. And you have to take it to a shop, or you have to take it to a buddy that has a scanner, and it's just a bunch of hassle, but you could do it yourself. Our test subject is going to be this Honda Pilot that we are rebuilding for our cousin who recently escaped from the war in Ukraine, and it has a transmission issue currently, so we are going to hook up our 809BT and see what's wrong with it. Step one is to locate your car's OBD port, which is normally somewhere in the driver's side area footwell. It looks exactly like that. Sometimes they're black, sometimes they're white. In this case, it is a white one. So you want to plug your Bluetooth dongle right in until you hear a bing. Next, you want to turn the ignition on. So without holding the foot brake, we hit the button one time. Here we are in the main menu, and as you can see, it's all very simple. You have your updates, your settings, your account, you have the maintenance features, the data manager, and of course, diagnostics. So to start, we are going to hit diagnostics. So we know our car is of Asian descent and it is a Honda, so we will go to H and hit Honda. And the cool thing about this scanner is it has the smart VIN detection, so you don't have to do anything. You can just hit the button and it's going to do everything for you. All you have to do is tell it what country it was made in, and obviously USA. And we can do either a quick scan, we could get into the control modules, we can find out all the vehicle details. So let's do a quick scan and see what's going on with the car. We will do an all system scan. Now that we have finished the quick scan, we can see that we have a couple of faults here. We have an engine fault, a transmission fault, an instrument display fault, and a couple more faults such as the body electrical integrated control system. We are going to go into our transmission module and we are going to hit read code. So we have a permanent DTC and it says lost communication with SRS. Well, that's simple. We have the SRS module removed. So basically we don't have an issue. It was actually because we removed the SRS module that we got a transmission code, which is actually very good news. And if I didn't have a scanner like this, I would never know. And I would think that there's a problem with the car. Now that we've covered diagnostics, let's go into maintenance. Here you can see all the different services that the Foxwell NT809BT has to offer, such as ABS, AFR adaptation, battery reset, clutch adaptation, DPF regeneration. This is all of the newest technologies that are in all these cars. And a lot of times people will run into situations where their scanner can't handle stuff like this because either they haven't updated it or it just does not have enough features. And you can see here is a lot of features like oil reset, oxygen sensor test, steering wheel angle reset. And this one's actually very important. Sometimes when you replace the airbag module, you have to program it. So that's a good service to have. And of course, another big one is the steering wheel angle reset. So that covers all the basic features of the 809BT. And also, if you swipe over, you can see that you can actually remote control it with a remote computer. And of course, it has the video scope. As you can see right here, we have the USB port right there. You plug it right in and you can use a video scope with it. It's a super cool tool and it's super easy to use. And also one thing I did forget is the data manager. You can take pictures and screenshots of everything that you are doing. And then also you can record data from the vehicle, such as all the data streams, to see what your car is doing. And guys, I've used pretty much every scanner that's out there and I just can't justify spending $4,000 or $5,000 on a scanner like from Snap-on or some of the other places just to do something that I can do right here for 500 bucks. I don't know about you, but I do not like paying for name brand. I like something to be functional and that's it. And that's all you need in this business because we're trying to make money. We're not trying to spend money. So if you have a vehicle and you've ever had to spend money on diagnosing certain issues on your car, I would suggest you look into something like this because in my opinion, it pays itself off after a couple times of use. And sometimes the problems are tiny. Sometimes it's something that's just unplugged or something loose or something's just gone bad. And you plug in the scanner and it tells you and you replace it and you fix it. And you don't have to spend hundreds or thousands of dollars with a mechanic who may or may not be honest. Hit that link in the description and check out my Amazon store. And who knows, maybe you'll pick you up one of these sweet little 809 BTs. I don't need that. Paul needs it. I'm just messing with you. He's in the booth. I don't know about you guys, but if I'm paying an arm and a leg for a hood, I'd want my hood adjusters to fit right. You know what I'm saying? I shouldn't have to be modifying nothing. But I don't think I've ever seen a carbon fiber hood where the hood adjusters fit on good. I don't think it's even possible to do. I don't think it's even possible to create a hood like that.
That headlight, bro, moves like crazy.
Yeah, but what kind of gaps is it supposed to have?
It's supposed to have some sort of gap there.
Huh?
I think it's supposed to have some sort of gap.
There's no way that it's supposed to have that big of a gap.
Not that big, but
Do you have any pictures of yours, bro? Can't do practice.
the bumper feels much better. I think this fender can come forward just a little bit, no?
Huh?
So that fender can come forward just a little bit.
I'm just wondering what is going on right here. We figured out the bumper issue, and the main issue that we were having with the bumper gap being kind of big here, and you can still see it's a little bit off, is the fact that this inner structure has not been installed. And if you look right there, you will see that it's supposed to be a double layer, so we're missing a good chunk of the bumper, and we cannot install that piece onto the bumper until the bumper gets painted, because some of this stuff right here is not supposed to be painted, and we will not be able to mask it off, and it's got to be glued and taped and all kinds of other funny stuff. So we cannot install that part just yet, but we're not worried about that because we don't need the bumper on permanently right now. The important thing is we got this sucker lined up. All the gaps are perfect. Everything is looking so nice. I'm so happy with how it turned out. And I have to say that my strap down technique worked absolutely amazing. It was perfect. It did exactly what it was supposed to do without messing anything up and without having to put chains on the car. I'm really glad that I did that. Now all I have to do is simply just cut these pipes off with a Sawzall and then move the car and grind off the welds and everything. But man, I'm so happy with how it turned out. Guys, I was actually dreading doing this job because I know how tough it can be working on something like this. You have to be super careful. Even though you have to be careful on every customer's car, a car like this, if you nick that glass or if you break a headlight, you're talking, you know, $5,000 for a headlight, $5,000 for a windshield. That's not money that the average person just has in their back pocket. So you have to be super careful with stuff like this. But I'm very happy that I got it all done without any incidents. And now it's ready to go into the paint booth, and I cannot wait to see this car all painted and complete. It's going to look insane with all the carbon and everything. Man, I'm super excited. Even though it's not my car, I'm still super excited to see it done because I love Lambos. Out of all the supercars in the world and exotics and all that, Lamborghini Huracan is 100% my favorite. And if I'm ever going to buy a supercar, it's going to be a Lamborghini Huracan. 100%. Manifesting, boys, we manifesting. And now that the Lamborghini's done, I need to jump back onto the Jeep Cherokee SRT. I need to get the entire interior back in, the dashboard, the seats, the center console, all that. And also I need to reinstall the engine and put the front end together. So stay tuned, guys. I got a lot of content coming up. I know it's been slow, but I've been super busy. We've been swamped. We've got Mark getting married this weekend, and we've just been super busy. And plus, you know, when I post too many videos, you guys get sick of me anyway. So it's a good thing. But thank you so much for watching, and I appreciate all the love and support that you guys give to the channel. And I hope that you guys have an amazing day, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.